What's up, pimps? So we're back again, and we're in the new tank, the Projet Murat, a tier 10 French medium tank with a 3-shot autoloader with 390 alpha. This thing sports some pretty good gun depression at 12 degrees and some mobility that you wouldn't shot at all. I mean, it goes 60 and it reverses at 20. I mean, you can't get much better than that. So we're here on proc, and the matchmaker wasn't too healthy at the time, I must say, and there was a lot of Murats about. There was sometimes 6 or 7 per game. We get a little bit unlucky there with our first shot, but I'm just going to sport how good this view range is on this tank. Now, when you're on Prokhorovka, you generally find yourself in the medium tank playing all kinds of positions depending on your gun depression, and when you've got 12 degrees you just can't turn down playing right underneath on the hill. So when I peek up here, I do realise I have artillery, and I am a little bit cautious here. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't really want to just completely eat it here. It would be unfortunate. And we managed to spot that Chinese TD, and we put a few into him, and our team, they punish him as well, which is awesome. At the time I hadn't actually checked what I had sitting behind me, which was a bit of a misplay by me perhaps. However, I just pretend like I'm rotating away and I come straight back to the same position again, and we are spotting on Prokhorovka, and this thing's camo rating is bloody good for how big this tank is. And yes, you are seeing correctly, this is not a dream, this is a mouse. And we put one into the ridge there, as I was very, very concerned about what was back there. I didn't potentially want to get hit with an 850 alpha gun at all. And as we poke up, I'm just cresting the ridge just enough just to spot, and I have food up, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how much assistance we can pick up here. And that bad chap, he peaks mid-ridge and gets a bloody good shot into me. Falls back for free. I was quite surprised at the time, I must say. So we see the arties aiming at us here, and I really don't want to be minus 1,000 to it. So I'm trying to keep on the move. He doesn't seem like he's asphyxiated with me whatsoever, which is nice. He just allows me to sit here and put some great vision out for my team, which was awesome. And we can just see the spotting just rolling in here. I mean, I've got coated optics, stabilizers, and I have a camo net on this thing. I believe my view range is 525 meters with my crew in, so it is really, really good. And we're just seeing here how I'm already up to 6,000 spotting, and we're not even 4 minutes into the game. We put a little cheeky one into the T30 turret, and I'm looking for an extra one here, and I don't fancy the shot. I really don't want to lose all my HP, because I'd like to trade it in at the end for some extra vision perhaps, to really go deep and you know, risk a few hit points. We pop a reload, and right here I'm thinking, oh, should I take bolt? And I see the Jaeger and I say, not today. Not just yet anyway. And I see he does get punished, so I do rotate over. You got to be careful sometimes crossing over where I did there. You can get spotted and take a few on the side. And here you can see my food just runs out, and I was trying to drive sideways to see if I could get anything through any of the trees there, and we get lit, and you can see this thing doesn't have any gun depression over the back of the tank. This is quite common. However, just keep that in mind when you're trying to relocate, or if you're getting chased, perhaps. And while I was talking there, that Jaeger did get fully deleted. I had a 005 and a 183 that had just been buffed with their dispersion values and aiming times, and I was very excited to see what they could do for me. We put one into the dead wreck there of the E3. I actually thought at the time it was an E4, so I did put a round into the cupola, which probably wouldn't have penned. And we light the arty up, and we put one in, and our 183 says, not today, not for me. He takes a good snapshot there. And now it's just about chasing down the rest of the team that remains, and we have managed to pick up over 9,000 spotting, and I couldn't believe it at the time, to be honest. And we put one into the railway there. It was a chancy shot. Sometimes you just got to take them. Every shot you do not take, you will miss. And I was really making the most of that one there. And that was a brilliant game. 14,000 combined. We picked up a little bit of damage. And that just goes to show that sometimes it is enough just scouting for your team when your friendly tanks are hitting their shots and they are being, you know, crucial to the game. And we pick up the mastery badge there and a patrol duty and a scout medal. And what a game that was. I was very, very happy with this one. So we have another replay coming up here. And this is just your average kind of loss on a highway. Now that was a little bit of a spoiler. However, sometimes you might find yourself in a position where you feel like you're just a bit of a spare part, or you can't be influential. And I felt like this was maybe one of those games. So I just thought I'd include it just to show that there is two sides to it, and sometimes not every game is winnable either. And off the start here we see a G-Saw. I'm not quite sure how he got spotted, if he has a camo net. He must have fired, which was good, because the G-Saw, once it passive scouts in a bush, it is a nightmare to dig out. So I was quite happy to just put one in there. So I notice here that underneath the bridge is an F and X player, and I know that they are a very competent clan, and I see that. So I think to myself, well, there's no need to spoil the broth. So I sit back and I try and make sure I pen my shots to help support him with his vision he is putting out, which he's doing a bloody good job. That is a very strong position he is in. And we managed to somehow track the Type 5 there. Our shot goes low and hits the top of his drive wheel through his spaced armour there. And I am not complaining. We managed to pick up a cheeky little bit of assistance there. And I move up to these bushes here. I'll knock both the trees. And this is just to make sure that when I pull back, that tree there in front of me is concealing me from whatever could be sitting above that hill. Because I looked at the map and I couldn't believe there were so many tanks still alive. However, none of them were lit. Now this had me a little bit confused. I was thinking, surely he's going to light something here. And then it comes to me that there is somebody spotted on the bridge. Now, sometimes you have a game on highway where your team will not leave that bridge. There is something about that bridge, I'm not quite sure what it is, but people have a great attraction to it, and sometimes they spend their whole game there. I have myself a few times, especially when you lose highway rather quickly. That's probably the only place you can really sit, or behind it. We have some funny marksmanship here. I put one in the floor, I aim for the lower plate, he pulls back, so I aim back at the turret, and then that guy pulls back as well. And I was thinking to myself at the time, bloody hell, carry on. But sometimes these things happen and they're unavoidable. Maybe I could have started off by putting the lower plate shot in. Who knows? But RNG, sometimes it will tell you, no, not today. And that was one of them. I see the G-Saw here, and he's only got his turret crested right up. I look for the shot and we miss. And he panics and he just carries on reversing, so we do pick up the kill. Now, I see on the map that our JK line, that is the route to our base, is completely unlit. So I do give it a little bit of a ping, just in case anybody didn't realise. And I just try and head over. Now, things are fairly even at the moment. We're 2 tanks down. We're not really that bad off. I mean, it's still winnable. We've got people in the middle. This could be quite luxurious for spotting if I can put some vision out for my team. So we managed to light the Ragnarok here, and we put one in and we do get tracked, so I do burn the repair kit. And I notice it is a Tiger 2. Now this thing has just been buffed. I didn't particularly want to mess with this thing. This Tiger 2 is no joke nowadays. This thing has received 2 buffs in the last year, and the Tiger 2 is probably in the best position it's ever been in and will be in. So I do leave that area, because this is a tank sometimes you've just got to support. You have your 3 shots, you have your 2.5 second intro clip. However, you'll find yourself a lot of the time just kind of playing off of other people, and that's just how it does go. You haven't really got the armour to really, you know, get stuck in sometimes and trade out with people. But you can certainly do it. But you just run a bit of a risk of when you are sitting there for 5 seconds, unloading your 3 shots as such, you can take quite a bit of damage. You get a bit unlucky there on that blind shot as he comes down the hill. But he somehow managed to get spotted again. I think it was from middle there. And we get one in. And we get lucky. We pounce one right off our turret there. It did look like it went up our posterior, but no. Yeah. And I'm thinking at this moment, there's an AVRE. Now, I can't turn down an opportunity to shoot an AVRE. So he put one in. I'm not sure how he didn't spot us there. There was a gap in the trees there. I was really expecting it. And he comes in, and we do get lit here. And the side armour of the AVRE isn't very good, so we do put another in. I'm looking to get out of Compton here. It's a bit of a bad spot. Sometimes the team just doesn't hold up. It looks like our push on the base has dwindled out to almost nothing. And we are on our last legs. This is just how it goes. Not all games are winnable. You get a little unlucky. That was a stock Tiger 2 turret, but that thing is good nowadays, I must say. I didn't fire at the leaving there, by the way, because the armour on it is absolutely ridiculous. And I only have 261 pen, I think. So I didn't fancy it really. I thought I could maybe kill a few people to stop our base being capped so quickly. And we have a glimpse of hope here, as our heavy tank did get in the flag, and I was thinking about rotating to help him, but he drives out. And that's absolute heartbreak. This just, for me, cemented the game. And as I rotate here, I know that it's all over. And this is, indeed, Custard's last stand. And I am just trying to escape, or maybe get a few more shots before the game is over. And we rotate here, and we spot the TD right in the field. And we pull up, and we take the German TD out. And that was it. We die to the hands of a Lehman Russ, and we go down swinging. And that was just a showcase, really, that not all games are winnable. And sometimes you just got to take what you can out yourself. We tried what we could there, and we had a half decent round as well. I have no complaints about that, that's for sure.
Thank you guys, and take it easy and peace.